Y'all, one thing we got bad in this world is competition. I don't know why, but we always seem to want to try to compete with one another, and it don't even make sense to me. Cause it's like we have the ability to truly have whatever we want to have, truly do whatever we want to do, truly be whoever we want to be. But instead, we look at other people and be like, I want that. We look at other people and like, oh, I want to be just like that. And okay, and it can be as a means of inspiration, but then it becomes an obsession. And then it becomes like, oh, now I'm competing and I don't want that individual to win and have that. I need to make it my business to have what they have. And it's like, wait a minute. First off, okay, we are not limited. Okay, this world may project limitations on us to make it seem like there is not enough of X, Y, and Z to have us competing. There is no need to compete. There is infinite whatever your heart desires. Whatever you want, you can have. And believe that you can have it. But don't believe you can have it based off someone else's demise by you feeling like you got to take it from them or have it before them. Again, at this point, it's a form of mental illness. Okay, that's the route I'm going with it because it just don't make sense to me. When you can have whatever your heart desire, it can be a means of inspiration, but when it's like becomes really toxic and unhealthy, we really have to take a step back and reflect. That's how we get lost in ourselves and unsure of ourselves and our identity because we start to see what other people have and want what they have when we don't tap into ourselves and ask ourselves, what do we actually want? You know, what do we want to have? There's no limits to what you can have. There's no limits to what you can be. There's no limits to what you can do. But you have to figure out what that is and what that looks like for you. And yes, other people, it can be an inspiration for you. But for some people, it's more so like competition or either copying and all that other stuff. And then you'll be met with some type of resistance because that path, who you were trying to compete with, who you were trying to be, you're going to realize never even aligned with who you are at the core. And so then you still unhappy, unfulfilled. Why? Because you ain't tapped into who you truly are at the core and what it is that you truly want. Figure out what you want. Okay? People are different in different lanes. People are on different levels, different frequencies. Okay? And sometimes what certain people want, we don't even know what it took for that person to get there. We just want the end goal. So then it's like, okay, I want that. You don't even have what it takes to even have and obtain what they want because you don't even have the traits to endure what they've endured. You just want the end goal because it looked good. But you don't want to endure what they endured to get it. It's best we stay in our own lane. Just stay in your own lane because there's levels to this. Levels to this. Okay? People are not the same. We are not created the same at all. So if you're trying to be someone that you're not, you're always going to be unfulfilled in your heart. Don't do that to yourself. Figure out what it is that you want. Figure out what makes you happy outside of what everything else that you see. What, if you had right now, what is going to fulfill you? And are you willing to put in the work to obtain and get what it is that you want? Are you willing? Because what you want just isn't going to be given to you based off because you asked for it. It's levels to this. You have to truly embody such frequency to even receive such thing. Which means that you have to leave that old identity of lack, which is already pushing you to compete with others. You have to leave that behind. Yes, it may sound easier. It's easier said than done. Okay? But please, don't compete with nobody else. That just ruins your own happiness. And I feel like it's important for everyone to do what makes them genuinely happy at the core of themselves. Okay? Okay. I love you. Bye.